Oh, that's not too bad. Water, alcohol in it, pick-a-riddin'. Nothing like the scent of Aerogard in the morning. My wife loves it. Tell you what I could have done with a driver on the way up. There's about 4 or 5 instances where I wished that I was the passenger and I could quickly get the driver to pull on over so we could hit the shoulder of the road and take in some of the views. Spectacular spots looking back down onto the Gold Coast city skyline and across the hinterland and some of the lake reservoirs in the area. One thing I do know as a Victorian is travelling up, you are very much reminded of how big this continent is by virtue of how different the vegetation is. Lush rainforest, and as a Victorian, I'm more used to the grey box eucalypt forests that have great visibility across the forest floor. I know these are all very obvious observations to make, but it really drives it home when you're here in the moment that a couple of hour plane ride to get to the Gold Coast really does cover a lot of ground. Anyway, Lamington National Park is a World Heritage listed area, and as you might have seen from the car park back there, it's very popular. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Now imagine that car park is only going to fill right up as the morning wears on. Wowzers, what a beauty. You may have noticed back there I've set up the perimeter guard on my feet and my exposed skin areas for a good reason. This is proper rainforest in here. It's not raining right now, as you may have noticed, even though we're forecast for somewhere between 0 and 10 millimetres today. I can tell you it's like a damp cloth in here, so perfect conditions for leeches just to hang out, move around without worry of drying up like a prune and latching onto you when you least expect it. Now the buggers don't do you any harm, but the idea of a slug attaching all those miniature razor sharp teeth to your skin and then extracting a blood donation, which could be more easily and effectively given to the Red Cross Foundation, really doesn't fill me with excitement. I'd rather give my blood to another human being, thank you very much, than a slug in the bush. There you go, Muggy. This one's for you, buddy. Big bird's nest fern sitting up about halfway on the tree trunk. And this whopping big arachnophobia film cobweb sitting down here. That is one in the middle of the night you would not want to run into, as it would fair dinkum wrap you up like a canvas hammock. Have a look at this. As per usual, camera not doing the situation justice. There's some whopping big bird's nests up there in the canopy of this tree. I'll count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 that are visible to the naked eye, and there'll be others up there that I can't see for other trees. This is always the extraordinary thing to me about the tropics, the rainforest. It's like going underwater. It seems like such an alien experience for someone out of southern Australia, where you're used to drier, less complex environments. When coming here, it's worth having a bit of ankle support and a high cut hiking boots, because there's plenty of tree root, plenty of rock. Couple that with wetness and you're far more likely for the ankle to roll over. You forget what these humid climes are like. The dampness in the air It hangs on you like a wet cotton blanket. Terry, you will be getting a proper workout today, my friend. You might be coming into your senior years and we've only got about another 2 years together, judging from how many wrinkle lines you're showing around the seams. But I appreciate your functionality. One thing you are reminded of when you come to a place like this is just how much labour and blood, sweat and tears would have gone into carving these tracks out. Not to mention the regular maintenance that must go on in an environment like this where you've just got spurts of heavy rain followed by spurts of heavy sun. This place would be just constantly creeping. No need for time lapse. Just set the camera up on regular record and watch it grow. It really does stagger me. People barely give it a second glance. They're just steaming on through. It's almost like the journey is just a means to the end to tick the box. It's quite an extraordinary sight just to pull up and observe more closely. Yet so many seem hell-bent on getting through to the lookout, getting through to the end. Everyone to their own, we're all under different time restrictions, but yeah, we're in a bit much of a rush sometimes. Some nice sounds of the bush here. Couple of bloody big blowies about as well. Probably the blood-sucking kind. They all like to take your blood up here, the invertebrates, I tell ya. All of them. Just be warned. Words, pictures, video, sound, just can't do justice to a location like this. You gotta come here to appreciate it. Starting to run through a bit of an area now where you've got these trickling brooks floating down through the gullies. Very picturesque. This is actually maintaining its thickness as it passes up through the canopy of the surrounding trees. It's seriously extraordinary. Alright, no koala climbing that one for some gum leaves. Probably because it's not a eucalypt, I suppose. Getting a lot of these red beaded necklaces at the moment. It's quite pretty, they just dangle off this specific type of palm that's either side of the track. If you could eat them, you could survive in here for months at a time. Hello! Echoed everywhere except for in there. Quite an extraordinary sight this. It's like two trees have been side by side and they've just fallen over one day. You got one cascading this way, another over here, and as I look up the middle section of this particular tree trunk, I can see clear on through to the other side. You may just be able to make out that little bit of a pinprick about here of some light at the end. You could easily crawl through there as a fully grown male, which I'm some ways off, and so I could get some really good headspace through there. Not that I intend to. What purpose would it serve? Big sudden change up in scenery here. It's got all the feel like we're about to open up into the valley view. Just gonna tell it as I see it here. Let me emphasize that. No Dr. Love about that, but this is delicious. Looks like you can go down further, but I'm not going to go down further for fear of rapidly descending further. I'm sure there'll be more expensive views up ahead. Extraordinary outcrops to my right here, and a very, very slippery clay-like surface. Not putting it on for that slip back there. I've said it before, sneakers aren't the go out here. I got fully gripped up hiking boots on at the moment, and I'm still liable to go for a little slide like I did just then. It's February in the bush here right now, and late summer, and the surrounds have the smell of a bush bouquet. There's wildflower about everywhere, and there's that very familiar scent of flower pollen in the air. Mollongolly Cave. What a ripper. You've just got little trickling eddies that are flowing down from the top of the ridge there. Drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drop. Well, you can hear it anyway. You don't need my audio to create the Police Academy sound effects for you, but it's not a wham, bam, thank you ma'am kind of attraction, but it's certainly got that, just that really pretty resonance to it. But the dripping water is clearly what makes this place what it is. Such tranquility. Here we go. Now, far out here, you can see a reservoir. I'll look that up online and get the name of that and just lay it in right here. And then we've got pastoral and agricultural land. And then you'll see down here quickly drops away to the valley floor, and a carpet of treetop canopy, looking more like broccoli florets from here than the tops of trees. Magnificent. Again, nice little change up in the surrounds here. Gone with the tea trees all of a sudden. And then as quick as we've exited the rainforest, we've re-entered it. And we've only just slightly come around this spur here back into the rainforest. Hey guys, how you going?
Not bad, yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just in time for the interview. Quickly, come. We've got a spot right here and right here. I think we'll just get into the frame together.
Okay.
Come on in.
This was unexpected.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Nick.
Maria. Nice
Maria.
To meet you.
Is that Italian?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Close.
Oh my God. Now, I wouldn't have said this if you're Italian, but Spanish is my favourite language.
Oh, happy to hear that.
How are you?
Yeah,
Hola.
good, yourself?
Yeah, good. Oh, you're an Aussie?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay. And is this your #1 hike in the area?
This is probably the most memorable for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can easily remember the different variations of terrain and the, I don't know.
And that's exactly why I came here. Yeah. Guys, really nice chatting to you.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
It was bizarre that you said the change of scenery and stuff like that, because that's exactly what I was saying to the camera there before as you came around the corner. So serendipitous.
Oh, good. Enjoy your day.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
Whip, whip. A few grass trees coming into frame now. Loving that. Quite different vegetation on this ridgeline. I actually smelt it before I noticed it. It had a real pine needle smell to it, quite oaky and woody. It's important to know that fires in a landscape like this have been occurring for millennia, and that for some species it's a natural ebb and flow of life, death and rebirth. Woo, feeling very deep all of a sudden. Don't trip, I'm filming you guys again. You're actually going to appear in this more than I do, I think. The Maria and Peter show. Nice views off this rocky escarpment. You can actually see over the top of this valley and beyond the next ridgeline onto the Gold Coast city skyline and the ocean the other side of that. Well, well, well. Hello again, my old friend. It's nice to see you. Just came across a wonderful young couple out frolicking for mushrooms. They wanted to know if I knew much about mushrooms. I said I know they make a good risotto, but beyond that, not so sure. Don't touch the other ones. That's about all the advice I could give. Something told me they weren't making risotto. What beauty. And now, of course, all I want to do is get as close as possible to film it. Heel to toe. Heel to toe. Number one thing I liked about it is the varied terrain. Number two thing I liked about it was the varied smells that came with the varied terrain. And the third thing that I loved about it was just the way that different elements of the walk would sneak up on you, from the grandiose with the gorges and the valleys and the escarpments to the lesser likes with the cave. So with that in mind, I'd give this one a solid 9 out of 10 Terries. It's been boosted by one with that red-bellied snake sighting.
I'm telling you, just as well Adam was on standby with the pocket knife, because he was my solution. The zoo just can't hold a candle to seeing animals in the wild. What a way to finish a hike.
Get outdoors and get Terry. Oh, it's such a hassle to pretend I'm walking off all the time and I don't have to go back and get this bloody thing. One day they'll have drone cameras. Press a button and the thing just catches up with you. Get Terry and get outdoors. It's bloody hot in this shed. I think I might just go do that. I'm from Warrandyte, which is out of northeast Melbourne.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, beautiful little spot if you're ever visiting Melbourne. Get out to Warrandyte. It's down by the Yarra. It's in a bit of a gorge. It's where the Green Wedge Zone starts, leading out into the Yarra Valley.
Okay, yep.
So keep it in mind.
Victoria's in my list, definitely.